Okay. I am gonna just hang out here and drink tea until I see somebody's on. Oh, where's Caroline? Hey, Caroline. How are you? Oh, jumped up a little bit. A couple more people. I am in the home bus today because we had a happy Sunday, Eileen. Thanks for being here. We had a bit of cold snap. I think a bunch of people had a cold snap last night. Ours was very mild, but it still made the art bus too cold for me to hang out in today. Oh man, a candle making workshop. Ah, living the life. I love that. When we talk about our property that we don't have, that we want, I talk about having bees. You know, I want to do bees ethically, of course, but I want to, you know, also make my own candles and stuff like that one day. But wow, how cool. That's awesome. I wish we had some of the things like that around here. I think the closest thing I've seen to anything is like a paint party where you can pick like two ideas and then you paint that idea. But there is some stuff going on in Asheville. I just haven't, since I left Asheville, I haven't been really back to hang out there or see art and stuff. But it's all good. This is where I'm supposed to be right now. So thank you all for joining today. I'm at the home bus. I tried dyeing paper with butterfly pea flower tea. Okay. I've had horrible luck dyeing paper with tea. I've kept my tea. I don't know if you have to do it right away when it's hot or what the deal is, but it always is like, is there anything on that paper? Like, is there even tea? Maybe I need to do a new tea bag and not like a used one. I don't know. Are you having luck with it? Is it like showing up? I'm interested to know. I don't know what butterfly pea flower tea is, but it sounds really whimsical. But yeah, so we had a big cold snap last night, and the bus wasn't going to be warm enough today, so I thought I would bring it in here. And I don't know, you know, even if I have a list of things that I can pull from, it's always a little bit imposter syndrome feeling to do a live. Oh, it's a blue. Now you're talking. I've been wanting to do that, is it cano type, where the sun prints blue? Is that what that is? I have a lot of things saved that I want to do, but I haven't done that yet. And I also have a big list of things that I can do for my lives, but I always feel a little bit, well, not always. Most of the time I feel a little bit like, why would anyone want I'm just figuring things out. But if with your permission, I wanted to tell you a little short story today before we started. And I think what I'm doing today is some abstract line work. There's a hair. Because abstract is something that I've never been totally comfortable with, but I'm drawn to it. Like I am attracted to abstract and I enjoy when I do abstract, but it always feels so like stretching for me to do abstract, and I want it to be more, I want to just flow with it, man, you know, and just be like in it. And so I thought I would do some line work. But before we do that, this week has been a little bit more reflective for me. Maybe because I'm kind of slowly exiting off of Meta, like Facebook and Instagram. And I'm going to still be on YouTube, and I'm going to still do Substack. And I'm going to keep Instagram because it's a way for me to kind of stay in touch with my kids in a non-demanding way, if that's the right words. But I don't really, I'm not going to spend a lot of time there is what I'm trying to say. But anyways, I feel like reflective with AI and just the struggle with knowing what to do with that. You know, I think I was living in a hole about it for a while, and when I figured out that Instagram, when I say they, it's going to be Facebook and Instagram, you give them permission to access your photos and your art, and it is used to train their AI models. They say this in their terms and all the stuff you agree to. And then if you gonna go archive some of our old Instagram posts on our travel Instagram that we never post on. Anyways, it said your public stories and posts will be used to train the AI models. And you know, I don't post a lot of art, mostly because I don't have the confidence to do that. But I don't know, I feel safer here on YouTube, but I don't know what the whole thing is there. But hey, Nicole. But yeah, I just, I've been stepping back from that stuff, and I think it's given me some reflection on 2 years ago when I totally changed my life. And I was online for 30 years. I worked behind a screen by choice for 30 blankety blank years. And it took a lot out of me, and I got to where I burned out at the end of 2023. And so the little short story is that I was going through my notebooks because I don't know about you, but I have a lot of notebooks and I don't use them all. But some of them are used for certain things, and then other ones are future use, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, this notebook was something that I used during that time. And the first thing I did with it was start writing down numbers and things. And the reason I did that was because I quit working online, and immediately the next day I started welding. It's crazy. I never welded before in my life, but we were at a friend's place in Virginia, and I had given him this vision that I wanted to weld a railing system on the back of our bus, make it like a back deck. Well, we had a back deck. Well, actually, we needed to install the back deck, but once the back deck was installed, I wanted a railing that was really interesting and decorative. And so I originally, so he's a manufacturer of things like by hand. He builds steam engine, like steamboats and the engines, and he welds and he does all kinds of building. And so he gave me like a 10-minute lesson on welding, and then he said, you know, draw up what you want to do for the back of the bus, and you know, then we can put it in the AutoCAD program and print out full-size patterns. And so I drew this really basic, I didn't know the capability of the machines and the equipment that he had. So I drew this really basic like rail that you could go buy at any hardware store pretty much. And he wrote back, we can make circles, we can bend things, we can do a lot of cool things. Excuse me 1 minute. It's one of those runny nose days. So anyways, that made me go, wow, really? Okay. So I'll show you the design I came up with, and then we're just going to talk about that for another minute or two, and then I'll get started on the art. But it has to do with the art. So flip. Okay. So this is the drawing I did. I took a picture of the bus once we had the back deck structure in place. And I came up with these two ravens that are in front of a moon. They could really be any large bird, but I'm partial to ravens, and so I did ravens, and our bus's name is Nimbus. And so I came up with this kind of basic concept, and then, you know, the sides were going to have a different art, a different design on the sides. So I sent that to him, and he said, now we're talking, we can do that. And by we, he means you. But he was going to help me get the steel together and everything. It's going to be one of those days. Sorry about that. So after I sent him that drawing and he said, yes, that's totally a possibility. You know, we spent about 30 minutes in the, thank you. I would love to show you guys in real life. It just involves me going outside, and maybe one day we'll do, when it's warmer, we'll go outside and do a art, and then I can show y'all. But you know how some stuff just hits you, and this week, this project, sorry, didn't expect that. This project hit me because it was a catalyst. It was a catalyst for me to get offline and work with my hands again. Shit. So, pull it together, Nat. So, this was something I could really, like, you know, not mull around about. I wanted to get it done. So I got this, I got this notebook out, and I started, they printed out these patterns in an AutoCAD, and I had full size 30-inch by whatever. Feelings are good, you're right. It's just vulnerable, you know. But I feel comfortable with you guys. It's just I didn't really expect it. So, anyways, they printed out the patterns, and then I had to put all the pieces of paper together because they were like all like, I think 11 by 17 was the biggest we could print. And so I had a pattern for the raven and moon, I had a pattern for the gate, and I had a pattern for the two sides, which was earth and water symbols. And then I went to work. Yeah, it's true. Thank you. So this was the list of the earth and all the measurements of every size piece of steel I needed to complete the earth panel. Same with the water panel. Well, the water panel is not on this page. The gate panel. It's just a bunch of chicken scratch that I don't even understand now. It's the raven and the circle. And if you told me, can you make sense of all this now? I really don't know what any of it means, except over here. I think this was the total amount of feet, linear feet I needed in the steel. I think this is 327 is maybe how much I spent on all the steel. I don't remember. Anyways, you know, it was a bunch of this and then a bunch more of other things, you know, and check marks when I would, like, this is the angles I needed to grind the steel. I never did any of this before. And I spent 10 days. I estimated between 90 and 100 hours welding this thing, cutting all the pieces by hand, grinding every single piece by hand. And I am not a math person either. That's the funny thing. I'm not a math person, but I had to know how much steel to order. And so I pushed myself and I worked with it, and I, you know, I had little codes like RIL. That means Raven something something. I don't know what the other things mean. I don't know what the IL means. Interior maybe? Who knows? anyways, I pushed myself. I drew little pictures of how it was going to go. And it was 2 years ago, like right now, that I finished it. And I'll show you a picture of it. But all that to say is, a lot of times when I am... So 2 years ago, I stopped working online and I started being more creative. I did the welding first, and then I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to be like a full-time creative person offline. It's my job. I did a lot of graphic design and digital marketing, but I didn't know how to like work with my hands because it had been such a long time since I did it. Okay, let's see, picture. Okay, I think this one might be a video. Okay. So anyways, there is the railing before we painted it, and the sides and everything. And so that's the structure. And that's what took about, oops, nope, I don't want to cancel streaming. That's what took about, 80 to 100 hours. I don't know how long it took, a long time. All that to say, and I hope I'm not rambling on too long here, but it was an epiphany for me this week that I did something drastic 2 years ago, and I got offline for the most part. When you're spending 8 to 10 hours a day online, and then I didn't have a lot of energy to be creative, and I am still figuring out. I think it's just going to be a journey to continue to explore my creativity. And all that to say is I feel so grateful to be here. And who cares what I do? Like, who cares if I'm doing abstract line art or watercolor or making cats or, playing with acrylics. I am working with my hands. In the core of my being, it's so fulfilling. And I just want to encourage everyone to follow their heart, even if it seems hard, and even if you've never done it before, because it's pretty mind-blowing. And I feel inadequate sometimes when I do a live, because I feel like I am not the person, and I'm not trying to teach anyone anything, but because I'm exploring and you're exploring with me at the same time, sometimes it feels a little bit like I don't know what I'm doing, and they're watching me not know what I'm doing. So anyways, we're gonna go now. We're gonna get going with art, and but I appreciate y'all. I'm glad you're here. I heard from Eileen, I think it was Eileen this week, and I have a couple people that are interested in exchanging art postcards, and I hope that was okay that I said that. And also, if you want to exchange postcards, we're not doing anything super strict. We are just gonna basically be pen pals occasionally, and it'll be one more way to do something offline and kind of keep the old school analog type art communication thing going. So anyways, today I thought I would explore, last week I did some abstract watercolor, I think. I don't even remember what I did last week. And through that process, chilling on the couch with a stuffy head. I'm sorry. I don't even have a stuffy head, but my nose has decided that since I turned the video on, that it needs to run. Didn't have this problem before the video was on. And then I guess crying doesn't help. Anyways. Gosh. Okay. Maybe we'll just hang out and drink tea. Yeah, abstract. So all that to say is one of the things I was doing while I was working online was also trying to kind of be creative here and there. And I would sign up and take a lot of workshops, you know, cheap workshops like $10 or I think maybe $25. I possibly did a class for like $50 or something. And you know, that would be my way to do some art or figure out how to do some art. And one of the people I loved to follow, and I don't know if it was just her accent or her style. I mean, she has such a cool, colorful style. Her name is Tracy. You guys might know her. Tracy Vertigo or something like that. She's from Australia, and she has a really colorful, whimsical, collage-y type style. And so I took a couple classes from her, and this today is from one of those classes. So I pulled open public domain images of women, and exercise that Tracy, that I walked through with Tracy is going to be what I do today. I don't know if I'll do my eyes closed, but the exercise for her class was, you know, find some five or 10 pictures of women or whatever you want, but I picked women. I think her class was picking women also. But, and then you one line their face. So, but you do it with your eyes closed. So that was a twist, and that was very difficult, and all of them turned out horrible. But now when I go back and look at them, are they in this book? That would be something if they were in this book. I don't think they're in this book. Oh, they are. Oh my God. Okay. So we're talking, this book is old then, like 4 years ago or something. There is like a Viking chick, another chick. These are all chicks, so I'm just going to stop saying chick right now. But anyways, that was all like my little sketching, and, you know, at the time I was like grossed out by it all, but now when I see them, I'm like, those are cool. Like, I love this one. I don't know what is it about this one, and maybe it's her eyes or something, but I just love that one. Excuse my nails. I've been painting with black for the deck that we just talked about. I am making a catio for the cats, and I painted all the interior walls black yesterday, and I got it all over my hands. So anyways, that's what we're gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I can't believe that's in this notebook. How funny. So let me show you guys. Bear with me on my mobile setup here. I guess I'm always having a mobile setup. Let's see, am I missing any comments? Feelings. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate y'all. So I just Googled, I don't know if this is actual public domain, but, you know, I thought this one was really interesting, so I might do that one first. Obviously, they're not gonna look anything like this, so I don't feel, and I'm not gonna sell any of these things, but there's some funny pictures. Tobacco farmers. Anyways, okay, so I think I'm gonna just pick a few pictures, and then I'll point the camera down and we can see what chaos ensues. Oh. I'm gonna pick that one first because it just speaks to me. Let's see if I can. I don't know. Can you guys see that? I guess you don't need to see her. I know what that is on her face. It doesn't matter, I'm not gonna draw that. Okay. So I'm not closing my eyes, but I'm not looking at the painting because I'm looking at, or paper, because I'm looking at the iPad. Whoa. It feels weird not letting the pen up, but she has like a double eyelid here. Now I'm looking at the paper. I don't think it matters. It's just, it's definitely an exercise in seeing shapes instead of, oh dear, what do I do now? I'm gonna go up here. She has a little bit of a grimacy brow. Okay. Wow. I'm not laughing at my drawing. I'm laughing at the fact that my nose was dripping while I was drawing. And I'm sitting there drawing and trying not to let snot fall off my paper. Woo! It's a funny one today, guys. I will be right back to get more tissue. Okay. Maybe it'll hold out now. Well, yeah, they are. They're good for, I forgot her ear. They are good for, you know, the whole, when I was younger and doing art before I got discouraged, I still had like this super restrictive feeling about it. And I needed to like keep everything like nice and tidy and in lines and, you know, accurate. And so I think that Audrey Hepburn is so classic, but I'm not going to do her any justice, but we'll have fun process anyways. Decide. Anyways, I wasn't very playful with my art, is what I'm trying to say. And so I am just now doing that, you know, since I quit working online. That's the whole journey, has been letting go of all the quote rules that I had in my head, or the rules that I was taught, or whatever, and just kind of like exploring and being messy and being wrong and failing and all that stuff. I'm here for it. I wonder if I should make the light brighter. It's very dark in here still. Nope, not that way. Yeah, I guess that's as bright as it's gonna get. All right. Her little bun's gonna go off the page, so poor planning on my part. This is just her little jewelry thing. I'm not gonna get all bogged down with that. This does not feel right. That's okay. I'm sorry, Audrey. Don't be mad at me. You're only like my second one line in years, so this is just how it goes. Maybe don't pick an icon to do it, because then you'll be like, I ruined her. Are you coming to see me, Butch? Hello. Hi. Oh, I'm all distracted now. Hi. You say hi to all the people? He's like, where's my bed? This is where I sleep sometimes. You've ruined it. Okay, buddy. I'm still have my pen on the papers. Even though I've totally mutilated Audrey Hepburn through this process. Okay. Go back up here and try to finish your eye, even though it's totally not proportioned correctly. Oh. All right, Butch, you've made this very fun and interesting. Oh, you can't see. There we go. Look over and give her a pupil, because that makes all the difference, you know. All right, buddy. Give me a little space now. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe not. That seems like a good place to sit. All right. I'm going to gently move you away, bud. Come on. There you go. Go over there by Kinsey. There you go. Good boy. Okay. lady's very happy to see that man. I wonder if there's a trick to one-line drawings. Like, I haven't even Googled that. You guys know if there's like a trick to which part of the face you do first? I'm not counting that because that's not in my control. The little notebook has those holes. I like her beret. Although I'm a hat person, so I've always been a hat person. I wasn't going to do the teeth because, I don't know. All right. Yeah, my continuous line experiments have been trees, which are a lot easier than people. But, and it looks a little bit, I think it looks a little bit more like the thing when you're looking at it instead of before when I didn't look at it. Oh, Frida. I wish it didn't have those ads on there. Can I make this bigger? At least not see the ad. There we go. Oh. Oh. Well, we won't count that because it wasn't It went off the page. Didn't count. Oh, man. So one of the things I'm going to do this week is I decided, I found through Substack the 100-day project, and I decided that I'm going to try to do that, which is hard. I don't really do well with consistent things like, I mean, I've been uploading on my YouTube, but I don't do well with like, you have to do this every day for 100 days. Or, you know, you have to do this for 30 days every day. Stuff like that. I don't really tend, you know, I tend to sign up, but then I don't actually do it. I get bored with it or something. Anyways, so I decided to do, this time's going to be different. And I'm going to do the 100-day project. I think what appeals to me is the whole stretching thing, like we talked about with the welding. I had never welded before. And, you know, I could have easily been like, that's too hard. You know, I'm not going to be able to do that. And, but wow, she has some beautiful features. Anyways, that mouth is like, wow. Man, I'm destroying it, but that's okay. Didn't mean to. So the reason I think I can do the 100-day project this time is because it's going to be cats, and I'm not going to, it's not going to be like 100 days of, you know, an 8x10 fine art piece. The guidelines they give you are like, you know, just pick something that you can do in a quicker way. And, you know, if it takes 5 to 10 minutes, or if you want to spend a half hour on it, it doesn't matter. It's just like, pick something that you can actually do. And so I feel like I can, and I want to draw cats or play with cats or make cats every day for 5 minutes to however long it takes. So I am going to share that over on my Substack. I'm not going to share on Instagram. And I probably will share on my Nat Draws Cats YouTube channel, because I think that it would be fun to, like the welding thing, I see the welding project every day, and it reminds me that I can do hard things and that I shouldn't go into things scared, you know, or overthinking. And so with my Nat and Cat comic, it's something I want to do as a passion. Like but I get lost in the details. And so I'm thinking that the 100-day project will help me get some of that clarity, and also build up my confidence. Let's see, I have done the index card a day, which is 61 days of any kind of art on index card. Oh, okay, I gotta go back here and read it, because it went away on the phone. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Six years now. Make a number of cards at a time instead of one each day. I just saw the little emoji that Caroline left of a monkey not seeing anything. So yeah, I think that'll be fun. And it'll be on my Nat Draws Cats YouTube. If you haven't subscribed over there, if you want to. I know it's not exactly the same thing that you would have subscribed over here for, so I'm not taking it personal if you don't. And then on my Substack, which is I think just Nat Silver, I'm just going to document the process of doing it, because I'm not going to be posting it on Instagram or Facebook. So it'll be YouTube and Substack. But yeah, I feel like it'll be fun. It'll be life-changing because just I feel like I haven't got into a groove of the practice of art. And I was reading somebody else's newsletter yesterday, and it was like, I want to do the things, but why don't I do them? The things that I want to do, I get distracted, or I find other things that I have to do first. And I have the ability and the space and the items needed to create, but I feel like I'm not very confident with my art, so I tend to like pull it back. But I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, but I'm just guessing that I have some kind of block there. So maybe the 100-day thing will help me. But yeah, I might play around a little bit with some watercolor on these lines now, just on this mixed media paper. So I brought my, I did bring my little portable watercolor set out. And I thought it'd be fun to kind of just color in some of the stuff that I've done. Maybe with like, pick 2 colors or something. And I'm bringing my little portable brush over here because it's easier. I didn't want to bring the whole studio over to my house. It's not very conducive for that. It's a very tiny space. So, yeah, I wish that for myself and also my mom. My friend and I commented yesterday that we wished we had never listened to the art teacher when we were kids. It put us both off doing any art until recent years. We are both in our 60s. Well, I feel that. I did take art in school, and my mom actually put me in art when she was a single mom. And so I was loving it, but she also said, when I told her that I wanted to do art, in my life, she's like, that's great, but you'll never make any money at it. And I think the whole mindset, is like, her and my dad divorced, but she was, the quintessential liberal woman, and she said, you're never going to make any money as an artist, and I listened to her. I believed her. I thought everything she said was true. So I left that idea behind, and I think that's too dark. Maybe a little bit more water. I left that idea behind, and so I didn't. And my art teacher in high school was very upset because I didn't go to arts college. And, you know, I had to try to, I was a people pleaser. I felt really bad. That's a lot of water on there. I felt really bad that I wasn't going to art college because my art teacher wanted me to. And I also felt really bad that I wasn't going to art college because I wanted to. Sorry, Freda. So, yeah, it's, I think because of that, I never wanted to tell my kids they couldn't do something as far as their career. You know, of course, I had to kind of parent them and direct them in things they couldn't do for safety or whatever. But as far as like what they wanted to do, you were, see, what the fuck? We're, sorry. We're also, like, we all had such similar experiences with youth counselors and parents and teachers, you know. And I think it's just the way of the world, you know. It's, the arts were something you did for fun, not to make money. And who knows? Who knows what would have happened to us all if we would have done whatever we wanted and not listened to those people. But we can have fun now and play now and do things that we didn't think we could do then. I actually named my art bus Penny Joy after my mom as a homage. You know, I'm not mad at her. She thought she was helping me. And I think if she was here now, she would, I'd like to think she'd be encouraging. So, who knows? And drink up some of that black. Really, really black. Well, I think life's hard enough without having people say, oh, you shouldn't do this, you can't do that. Oh, that's what you really want to do? Too bad. You should do something else because that's not going to work. Oh, let's see. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, it didn't want me to go that way. That has to dry a little bit. I didn't bring my heat gun or anything over. I might be able to do this other lady while that one dries. I don't know if this is the color I want. I was hoping for more purple beret. Oh. I did see something really good news, I think, when I went to do my live today. And that is that YouTube is, well, I guess it depends on how you feel about this, but I'm against it. I'm against AI as far as entertainment and art and, you know, memes and all that stuff and videos for entertainment purposes. So YouTube is starting to demonetize channels that are faceless, which I don't really agree with that, but also strictly AI channels. So that was interesting because when I see the other platforms embracing AI so much, it's really frustrating. But it was nice to see that they were taking some kind of stand. I mean, I don't think faceless channels, if they're real people, should be demonetized. Because as an introvert, I want to be able to not show my face if I want to, and it'd be okay. My channel's not monetized, so it doesn't really matter, but a lot of people, that's their comfort zone, you know? Probably should have picked a different color than the hair for the shadow here. Make it a different color, maybe with this brown. Well, we don't have anyone but ourselves to discourage us now. I hope that's the case with y'all. My husband's very supportive of my creativity. And so that's really helpful. So I'm my own worst critic on art. But it's also healing that in me every time I do art. I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. I wish I did this a different color, like altogether, like blue or something, but yeah. Well, I haven't seen anything. So, yeah, I think to follow up from last week, I'm just going to keep doing Sundays. I love it. I love being here with y'all, even though I get a little bit anxious feeling about what I'm going to do. It's good for me. It stretches me. I feel like we're a bunch of old creative souls hanging out, drinking tea or whatever together. So I like it. So I'm going to keep doing Sundays, and I don't even know. I'm going to keep doing my other videos, but I don't even know what days I'm going to do the art, or not the cat channel. But I'll get that figured out when I start doing my little cat drawings every day. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm not going to go real long today because, thank you, Eileen. I'm going to go work on the catio. I'm going to bundle up and get that structure built. And I'm excited about that, to have a place for our cats to go outside safely without, we take them out on leashes a couple times a day, but this will be a space for them to go in the spring when, you know, maybe I'm in the art bus for a few hours and they can just hang out on the back, and I can leave the home bus door open and they can come in and out, and that'll be nice. And Kinsey can lay in the sun and stuff. So I want to go work on that. And yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here with me today. And it means a lot. It feels like a cozy blanket when I hang out with y'all. So please be kind to yourselves this week. And always be kind to others. And I'll see you, maybe I'll see you on the video Friday or next Sunday. Oh, well, thank you. You know, what will happen when I hang up here is, and Nicola, honestly, all of y'all's comments have meant a lot to me today, because it's those will help my brain when I hang up. Because what will happen when I hang up is I'll start analyzing things I shouldn't have said, or things I should have said, or things I didn't do, or things I should have done. And I will definitely be hard on myself, but maybe not so much today because of you guys' encouraging comments. I felt safe with you, and I feel excited to be creating and having you guys with me in this little creative community has been, I can't really put it in words. It's just been really special. So y'all have a good week, and I'm sending you all virtual hugs, and we can always chat in the comments or the post place or whatever. And if you get on Substack, let me know, and I'll follow you, and we can kind of keep in touch a little bit there too. So I'll see y'all next week.